we're waiting to see what Sparking Arrow Gaming is going to be coming out with. The Puck and the Death Prophet. I don't know if I really touched on those two bands, but on that side, does that really give away much as to what they could be leading up to, or is that more protection bands, or just general meta ones?
As of now, I don't really see the correlation. But SAG do have the last pick. No, MagMa have the last pick actually. MagMa have the last pick. So those bans are kind of weird because usually you ban those heroes when you have last pick because DP and Puck are quite neutral, very neutral mid laners that can do well against most things. So these heroes are more
10 seconds
benefit the side with the 9th pick more. So usually as a last pick, you ban mids like that because you want your opponent to pick a weak mid so that you can exploit it. So yeah, but in this case, MagMa has a last pick. So
with that axe coming out for SAG, again, another one that I feel like we've talked on stats-wise that wasn't looking too hot, but has recently started making its way back up on the win percentage. It is looking a lot better. But I want to know if you guys think it's going to be off lane or safe lane.
I don't think that they're...
We've had this before, and a lot of people were very convinced it was going to be off lane. It ended up going safe lane.
I personally want to safe lane next, but I don't know how you call that.
I don't think that they should put their X on on MS, because from what I know, MS is like, I mean, he's pretty much like a Raven. He farms a lot and he carries games and he's really consistent. But I mean, we saw a Raven playing X super well in the C qualifiers. So, you know, if MS can play to that level, then sure. But actually, from their Dota buff, what I see, the last time they picked X, it was actually a pos 4 on September with the Phoenix as a pos 5. So, but in this case, they have X, they have Lion already. So
yeah. And yes, Arc Warden banned. We're clear.
Congratulate.
There you go. They're like, we're never ever having an Arc Warden ban again.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love it. And what you predicted as well, that Terrorblade, it was definitely picked up.
I wasn't. Yeah, I feel like it's a hero that either team could have picked because MagMa are the ones who banned PL. But yeah, as soon as that PL's banned, and TB is just the best carry left in the pool, at least on paper, with Medusa that's also banned. So makes a lot of sense.
The Razor was a pretty quick pick after they picked the Terrorblade, though. Do you think that was just something that they already had in mind? They were already lining up?
The last time we saw this Razor, it was not very cool, right? It was a Shylock Razor on the safe lane. He lost to the DK Hoodwink. I think his support was a Lion.
Okay.
I'm not too excited about this. I don't want to see Dust playing Razor as well. I feel like you should give this mid player something more explosive. So I'm actually hoping that this is an offlane Razor and a carry DK or something like that, because I think that fits
you want to see it mixed up.
Yeah, that fits their playstyle more, right? You give TZY something that really owns the lane, and you give Shylock something that's like creative. Shylock strikes me as a creative carry player. So yeah, his Razor wasn't that inspiring yesterday. But maybe they watch a replay and he's like, guys, don't worry. The next time you pick me Razor, I know what I'm doing. So
I've worked on it. Please,
pick
Razor again for me.
It feels like they don't have that much damage to kill a TB right now. So, and I don't think the answers to TB are going to come from a carry pick. I think they're going to come from the mid lane pick. So I guess whether Razor DK is off lane or safe lane, they need some kind of explosive mid. Like I would like to see that kind of like, you know, as Zeus. Like we saw Zeus work really well against the Terrorblade over in the SCA qualifier. Something just with a ton of magic damage output. Leshrac was the other hero I was going to say, but Spark Arrow Gaming actually take it themselves. So we're not going to see MagMa get Lesh. Zeus still looks good to me. I think that's kind of a bit of a out there wonky pick, but this is kind of the game where you might need that.
He's gonna go that morph instead.
I like it. I like that too. That's good.
Alrighty, now that we have seen the drafts completed, Ponlo, who are you gonna pick to be your favorite draft-wise?
I mean, I usually favor the Terrorblade a lot, but we have seen Dust perform on this Morphling yesterday against the Terrorblade. And he did make this Terrorblade look like it wasn't that much of an issue. my concern is Shylock's Razor. Yeah, but I think I still favor MagMa.
Okay. You just think that they're looking like a stronger team and that they have gone back and really reviewed what they need to work on?
Yeah, for sure. And I think, to me personally, I think that they have a big advantage in the mid lane. Like the skill disparity between the two players is quite huge, I think.
Mm-hmm. And Gods, would you have the same sort of thoughts and like MagMa, or are you just really liking that TB?
I think TB can have a tough time without the save
Yeah.
against a DK Mirana. I was going to say, like, I don't like that Shylock's playing this Razor again. I think he's going to have a tough time, but then I'm like, well, is TB's game going to be much better? Probably not. I think the difference is TB can kind of go back to the jungle, just farm it up, and still should have a good game even after a rough lane, but I'll also go there. You know, Ponlo and I'll be on the same team for game 1 at least.
Alrighty, then I'll be a little bit different. I'll go for SAG. I think, you bringing up that point that TB could always go back into the jungle is very valid. Maybe they just play for a little bit of a longer game. But there's only one way to find out, and that's by jumping into game number 1.
Here we go. Game 1 of day 3. It is Team MagMa versus Spartan Arrow Gaming playing here in the lower bracket. Elimination on the line. Do you feel like these teams are feeling some nerves here, Ponlo, or is it kind of just, go out and play some Dota?
I don't think that there should be much nerves because their next matchup is gonna be either RNG or Aster Aries, right? And both those teams are pretty scary, I think. So I don't think there's nerves because I think you're gonna be quite focused on just winning this series, and you gotta cross the bridge when you get there.
Save the nerves for later. Not that you want nerves later either, but I see what you mean. I mean, it is elimination, but I guess probably both teams recognizing there is still a long way to go through these qualifiers, even though we are on day 3. I guess there's 3 best of 3s and a best of 5 left for either of these two teams to make it all the way through. They'd have to play 2 series today and then 2 tomorrow in order to qualify, which is obviously very hypothetical because probably neither of these teams going to be playing in that grand finals, but you never know. I'd love to see an underdog story. We've seen it before.
Yep, I mean, nerves usually come when you have certain expectations, right? Because you're nervous to perform. But I feel in this case, they can really just tell themselves that they're just gonna give it their all. Whatever happens after this, take a vacation. Well-deserved break, and come back stronger the next season.
Yeah, this is the end of their Dota year, one way or another. It's like not making TI is not a bad end to the year, like you say. You get the vacation coming up, but here we go. We'll see if there's going to be any early vacations for any heroes here. There is going to be a rotation through. There's going to bushwhack into an arrow and an early first blood. They give it to Shylock's Razor. Dust, I feel like Dust was looking for that one, but either way, it goes to one of the cores.
Yeah, the Phoenix actually added the dive, but he didn't manage to dive in time, so that's going to affect his lane quite a bit.
Standing near the tree, and the bushwhack catching him.
Seconds to battle.
Yep. An interesting thing to note this game is that they actually have DK bottom, but SAG don't really have any counterplay to it. The only thing maybe being Terrorblade being able to make an illusion in the lane to block the arrow. So we might see that. Maybe he makes an illusion and just places it at the range creep so he can arrow the range creep. I don't know. Not sure if that's the thing. We'll see.
He's not skilled anything yet. We will see. Generally, you do want that level 1 Metamorph. There's a bit of a battle breaking out over this top rune. Reflection for the little fight here. Hoodwink gets in trouble. There is a tree, but he does not get off a bushwhack. They get an early counter kill themselves. Arrow following up the Dragon Tail. Some good damage here on MS, so putting him very, very low. Force out a salve as the tip coming out into play as well. So DK going to be chewing through his regen. Both sides chewing through all their health regen and a lot of early fighting going on.
Yep, as you can see from the minimap, SAG already put 2 wards to look at this Mirana rotating. So in case he dewards one, he's not gonna get the other.
I think that was aimed for the range creep. Oopsie.
Oopsie daisy, too early in the morning.
Yeah, they also stayed up to watch OG Enigma. Whoops. Probably should have gotten another couple hours of sleep. But Dragon Tail just to secure some last hits there. No arrow follow up just to make sure that DK gets a deny. And yeah, we'll see how this lane goes down bottom. A lot of damage coming out on this Phoenix. Some early pressure. Level 1 dive, does this... How bad is this for your lane? Not having the Fire Spirits, does that make this lane a whole lot worse?
Oh, definitely really bad. Because if you have the Fire Spirits, you have a combo with the X, right? You Battle Hunger Fire Spirits, the same guy, and the person just can't like last hit or take any damage. Like he's gonna take so much damage and he can't trade at all. So the idea of this Phoenix X lane was that. Oh, Mian.
Just chase him down with the Metamorph and that. Perhaps partly because of that, you know, missing arrows on the range group. I guess he wouldn't be level 2 anyways, but yeah, the Mirana giving DK solo XP, still just level 1, and gets picked off by the first Metamorph. But we'll be TPing back in, arrow following up the Dragon Tail underneath the tower here. Some good damage onto the TB, but shouldn't be enough to get a kill. And yeah, he's standing his ground. He's telling DK, I can do a lot right back at you.
And from now on, he has the illusion, the conjure image, so he's gonna be quite useful in blocking the arrows.
But a lot more regen out now. They've got the magic wand on TV. It feels like they've actually stabilized and put this top lane in a very good position on the SAG side.
Yeah, SAG's strongest lane is probably their safe lane. This MS guy, back when I was playing in China, like every time I played against MS, it was quite a lot of pressure actually in the game because I felt that same kind of pressure when I play against like 23 Savage, Raven, Gabby, you know? That sort of, if you let this guy have a good game, if you let him have a good lane, there's a high likelihood you're gonna lose. High probability you're gonna lose. And yeah, if you give this guy a decent lane, he's gonna play like a decent lane. He's not gonna mess up too much. He's just a really good player, honestly.
We're seeing it here. Him and XCJ having some good synergy in lane. Already with a couple of kills. First of the Rune and now in the lane as well. So quick pause. Fix some of the Kale. We're back in it.
The Kale.
Kale. Yep, I've cast enough Chinese Dota over the years. I know all about the Kale. Things are a lot better these days than they used to be. It used to be, you know, you'd have to cast off like a PowerPoint presentation. So
yeah,
glad those days
I remember those days.
Every now and then it still pops up, but you know, things have been nice and smooth here with the Perfect World hosted TI qualifiers, and knock on wood that continues. By the way, mid lane, Dust is getting crushed by 7E.
Ooh, 7E proving me wrong. Ponlo was left.
Dust. Yeah, every time I'm looking, Lesh is just hitting with Split Earths and yeah, securing all these last hits. So 7E. The kind of good game that he was hoping for.
He's definitely laning a lot better than he did yesterday. That's for sure. Gotta give him props for that. Bounce back.
Is this just a matchup thing, or I mean, obviously there's always a skill component when it's a 1v1 mid, but is Lesh expected to win this lane? Would you say?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at least for the early levels, the Lash has quite a big advantage, I think, because you can pressure with the stun because the Morphling has such a low attack range. Oh, Mirana.
Next up, but able to find an arrow here. Still holding on to a skill point. Surprised he hasn't leveled up that leap just yet, but nothing's go there as mid lane. Another Split Earth going to land. Dust is going to do what he can, but he is getting, beat down hard in this lane. Going for a 4-minute rune here, but 70 is going to contest him down bottom. Stun pushback is there to Dust to secure this one, but 70 is thinking about chasing him, but won't try to do much more. So good rotation from Mirana to secure both.
Oh, what a pushback
at a time. And wow, yeah, they've got the bushwhack, and that's a kill on Sun Goku with the plasma field hitting. They want one more, and the chase down is there for Shylock. We're worried about this Razor, but that's the one lane which is going well for MagMa. So I feel like, you know, Ponlo was left, GoDz was also left.
Looks like I'm wrong on everything today.
Which means also SAG are going to win this game, it sounds like. I mean, right now things are looking pretty damn good for them. Obviously, we're early game, but this is a pretty perfect start for them. Other than their off lane, where the Axe is having a rough time, things are going very well in the other two lanes.
Yep, the Phoenix dive really affected the bottom lane in a huge way. X is gonna have quite a late Vanguard timing. And I mean, I don't think he's gonna be able to do that much with the Vanguard anymore. Maybe he will just prioritize on stacking Ancients. Yeah, the Phoenix is stacking the Ancients a lot in the mid camp.
At this point, yeah, maybe you say, this lane against the Razor is a lost cause. Let's play the the farming efficiency game. Have a backup plan. We're in mid, does just morphling things. You're always going to be getting low, playing on low health, trying to mid-max your health regen. Another chase down bottom lane. Son Goku goes down again. Back-to-back deaths for him. This Axe just getting bullied by the Razor, who sells a lot of bonus damage. There's no dive here, and they're going to get another double kill. Shylock already on a 4-0 dominating streak. Absolutely crushing game from him.
Hulk observing, caught the Lion Q as well in the top lane.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about.
Not too early for observer.
It's too early. I missed it. Was that just a Dragon Tail arrow, or what happened there?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't catch the start of it. But yeah.
Observer clearly getting enough sleep, unlike us. As SAG, we'll see what their first early moves are going to be. Leshrac with the good lane has been able to just max out the Edict, about to hit level 7 as well. So these towers, if they go undefended, 70 will be able to melt them. Lion comes in with a Hex, just going to force some morph strength. Wasn't able to catch him before that, otherwise they may be able to go for a kill with the level 6 Lesh.
Yep. Unfortunate, they missed the ops on the mid lane. They guessed wrong. 50-50. Yeah, observer is so important because if you debot that ops, then suddenly you're off. You can't really stand in the mid lane during the night time because they're so scared of this Lion.
Alright, coming in, starting to mid lane. Back at bottom, another chase down on Son Goku, who's kind of baiting. Both supports are rotating in, but Shylock, wary of this, just backs off, doesn't commit too far. So he won't make any big mistakes there. And back at mid, it's Lesh doing Lesh things, does get caught by the arrow. As the Edict going for the tower, and there's going to be a morph form, seals the split earth. Looking to go on 7E, but I don't know if he's got this one. The Phoenix backing him up here. The Leshrac is getting low, but he's got plenty of sustain. With the raindrops, he actually keeps himself alive. And the bottom charges while the heal's coming in, so they get out. Mirana getting low, and Leshrac hoping for a rune. Doesn't have one. Lion has an Earth Spike to set up a Split Earth potentially with the Hex there. They're going to look for a kill on the Hoodwink with the Split Earth. Unfortunately, slightly off the mark here. Here comes Shylock rotating in. Once the Leshrac with the Static Link dealing a lot of damage. Well, actually, not a whole lot. Now he's in a bit of trouble. He's overcommitted. The Earth Spike going to get him as he gets a second kill. And Son Goku, his game may be salvaged with this kill. He ends the unstoppable kill streak, gets himself 453 gold. That absolutely saves this Axis game.
Yep, a bit of a stun lul coming out, but the Edict damage, holy shit. The max Edict onto the Razor killed him so fast.
Meanwhile, no idea what's happening top, but they're throwing tips out.
Yeah, the tower's actually almost dead.
Wow, yeah, DK's just poking at it with the Dragon Form, it seems. It's going to wear off now, so I guess he's just constantly going with the Dragon Form. He is looking for MSC with the Mirana sitting in the trees. They're going with the Starstorm, and perfect setup. They take out the creeps. He'd already used Sunder, it looks like. I guess that's maybe when the tip came out. Some kind of a Sunder play. MagMa take out the TB. Great rotation from the two supports.
Yep, MS was getting a little too creative there, trying to block the arrow. I think he knew that the Mirana was around, but he just died to the Starstorm.
I was like, screw it, I'll just jump on top of you. Melee range arrow, that works for me. Very action-packed early game. And MagMa with a slight gold lead. Do you think this is looking pretty good for them? Say this game, taking this early tier 1 tower, but they did lose their own tower. Yeah, where do you see things going from here?
I think SAG's objective right now is, after they farm these stacks, around at 10 minutes, they get the Tome on the support, probably the egg, and they fight around the mid lane with the Lesh. They might even bring in TB as well, once he's during his next meta. I think you need to open up the map on SAG, because you have this overwhelming team fight with the egg and the Lesh and the Axe and TB. Yeah. So yeah, you want to open up the mid tower. Oh, 70 is actually just lasting the tower mid lane.
Elsewhere, Lion gets caught. Gets the G ward, but pays the price. 70. Gonna just keep himself out of there. Oh, doesn't. Decides against it. 6 around. And
yep,
yeah,
whatever I just said was irrelevant because 70 just managed to get the tower alone. So they don't need to actually move or do anything already.
Yeah. Forget the support moves in the level 6s. perhaps unfortunate also for the Axe. I mean, he's playing 3 positions, so he's not getting that farm priority, which means the Ancients and the stacks all going to the TB as well as the Leshrac. And he's going to rush a Blink Dagger, so no Vanguard this game, just wanting that initiation. Start playing aggressive around. Do you like that we're not going to see the Axe having the same kind of farm priority that we're used to?
I think it's just an unfortunate consequence of the laning phase. But I think it's better that he's going for the dagger now. So his Phoenix feels useful, the Lash feels useful. You can actually go and take fights because of this X dagger counter initiation with the egg. If the X went for a Vanguard, I'm sure this game will be super stale for SAG. And the Lash might not be able to do anything with this lead.
Yeah, this Lash is going to have a Arcane Boots hood, which is more than enough to be ready to fight. They're actually smoking up on the SAG side. They got the level 6 on Lion, it looks like, with the 10-minute term. So Finger of Death is on Lion, and Lion's thinking he wants to find a pick off. He sees the DK down bottom, but Hoodwink in a good position to pop this smoke. May pay the price for it. Instant Moonlight Shadow just to kind of disengage. Lion, does he have any detection? I don't think so. The Earth Spike is going to land. Bob isn't there as he scurries over the trees to escape and was not ready with the detection.
SAG has to buy dust, man.
Yeah. Respect or respect. The Mirana getting me kind of early. Sometimes you don't see Moonlight Shadow level 6.
I meant they had to buy their mid player. Yep. Too early.
Yeah. Early indeed. Here's the buyout. You know, with how he's playing, I think the buyout's going to be a bit too expensive. Okay, we're gonna have to find some cheaper, cost-effective alternatives.
I think they can consider asking Ponlo. I think he's a pretty decent mid laner.
Ponlo mid, lol.
Yep, one of the budding talents mid laner in C, Kappa.
That's why I hear that's why you want to come to the broadcast. You know, want to let the world know that you are the next superstar mid laner, the next Sumail, the next. Well, I don't know who would you say is like the superstar mid of today's Dota game? Yeah, I thought it was like Misha for a while,
mid. Maybe Abed?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not too sure.
Oh, there's that SCA bias again.
Kappa.
I mean, the SCA mid's the rule in the world. You got nothing to say over on.
Oh,
LGD.
nothing to say. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, he won the recent
Watch
major, I guess. So
yeah.
sometimes you just gotta go with the recent major winner.
Nothing to say.
So how's Dust Games looking? He's got the Ghost Scepter. E-Blade queued up as his first time, similar build to what we saw last time, and it looks like he also wants to pressure this mid tier 1 tower. There's a rotation coming in. There was a kill down bottom from the gank as mid. They're going to jump in with the Blink Dragon Tail, fall out for the Morphling. No chance to get the Supernova off, so they'll get a kill and a tier 1 mid tower, losing their Hoodwink, who was kind of just, you know, trying to get some greedy farm down bottom. So much bigger pickups for MagMa there.
Yep, first DK dagger reveal, so that's pretty unfortunate that they had to lose the mid tower for that, but yeah, at least their TB is still farming pretty well. But with that being said, like, Shylock on the Razor is pretty damn rich. Dust is not gonna have to carry this game alone.
Yeah, he's gonna have a very fast BKB. And that feels like, I mean, he's just got, I guess, one target in mind, the TB, when it comes to the static link in this fight. No one else is really doing right-click damage. Is that gonna be a problem for TB's game? This Razor just running in and stealing all this damage?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Razor linking the TB just means that the X has to link all the Razor, right, to disengage. But that means that the egg will just die really easily to the Morphling, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the fight pans out and what chain of events will happen because of this BKB and Razor. Often
you also see those 4-staffs, but neither support getting that much farm or, you know, building up towards that 4-staff. Lion, you know, typically wants a Blink. Phoenix, not the natural hero to get a 4-staff on, is going for the Spirit Vessel, of course. Playing against Morphling, you always want to have that Spirit Vessel. So, won't be seeing any kind of 4-staff plays.
I think against a mid Morphling, the Spirit Vessel has more value because usually on mid morphs, they go for this first item EB, so the Manta is going to be a bit late. But for carry Morphlings, there are times where they just buy a first item Manta to counter the Vessel. So it's the value is a lot less. Yeah, but in this case, it's good. I think it's also good against the DK and also the Razor. I think.
Bit of a pause as Dust DC's looking to fix some issues, and we'll see how these two teams play. Both teams getting those blinks on their off lane, as it does feel like they're able to make these early moves now. MagMa close to some key items like the BKB, as well as the E-Blade, but curious to see. Do you think there's one team that there's more pressure on one team to make these kind of rotations now with their Blink Dagger pickups, or are both teams just happy farming?
I think for sure SAG should try to make a fight happen bottom now before the BKB on Razor is up and the EB as well. Or the EB is actually just finished. This might throw SAG off.
Yeah, and TB no Manta, so we saw some nice Manta dodges on the E-Blade combo last time. Mirana getting greedy for some farm. Meanwhile, top lane they also Moonlight Shadow. They're trying to get this kill on the Phoenix, but it does look like leap away. Mirana gets jumped and the follow-up is there. They're gonna get the kill. The Culling Blade as DK then shows top lane, so I think Phoenix playing very well up top, not getting caught by the two Invis heroes that were trying to gank him.
Terrorblade might die to this Morph soon. If he stays here. I'm not sure why they're not just coming bot to kill him actually.
They scan, TB thinks it's safe. Okay, the scan now pops. It just caught TZY at the last second of the scan, so TB knows to back off now. More playing, not making that rotation just yet. Is still playing in his own jungle, perhaps looking to not show that E-Blade as being completed. Surprise factor.
Ideally, he wants to kill the TB for sure. I mean, there's no meta now, so MagMa can look to be really aggressive.
Axe is going to be careful. They're efficient for him. They had a ward that maybe scouted him out a little bit, but the Dire themselves have some good vision around this outpost. Both teams with Observer plus Sentry just out of range of each other, so... could catch him by surprise. Blinking, cold dodges the bush right there. The E-Blade is there. Arrow going to follow it up with a Starstorm. The damage is still just going to be enough to bring down the Axe. The double Starstorm hit was barely enough damage in the end. So Axe was going to actually survive there for a second.
Yep, the Razor has a BKB now. I imagine MagMa will just smoke up after this and they actually just waltzing into the jungle.
Arrow, 70, stutter steps to dodge it, but here comes the E-Blade. Stolen Split Earth is going to be off the mark. And Leshrac now with a DK Dragon Tail to follow up. The Phoenix TPing in cannot do anything. Nice try by Dust, but he unfortunately missed the Split Earth, but it didn't really matter in the end.
I think he dropped his null to use Arcane Boots. And that made him dodge the arrow.
Oh, I was wondering, it's like I don't think he saw this arrow coming, but he kind of played as if he did. That's another nice pickup. That's, back-to-back pickup on these cores. First the Axe, now the Leshrac, so it does feel like MagMa getting the more meaningful kills right now. Razor 7-1 and 3, Morphling 1-0-4, so just one death, and DK, no deaths as well. One death on all three MagMa cores.
Yep, but I'm not really sure why MagMa seem to be very content playing this game slow, because they have the EB on the Morph, they have the BKB on the Razor. I feel like this is your time to really bring the fight to SAG. And one good fight you can do Roche because you have Morphling. Right now when the egg is still level 1, it's gonna be really easy to kill for your Mirana and for your Morphling, even a Hooving. So yeah, I think MagMa should bring a fight.
Moonlight Shadow in. Axe is nearby though. Gets caught by Blink Dragon Tail. Have they got the damage? Goes for some right clicks. The E-Blade should follow this one up, but the damage is not going to be enough. Waveform 1 through the arrow. Oh, it goes flying through. It catches the Lash. Oh boy, that's not the target he was looking for, but it may be enough to get this kill. Morphling still in some trouble with the Spirit Vessel. He's not really healing all too much. He gets another Waveform away. He dodges the Blink attempted pull, which was cancelled as Axe cannot get Dusk kill. Ooh, Sunray's going to be careful. Dusk getting still brought low, morphing more strength, looking to get out of this one. The DK already having fallen, and Murata just going to leap back to safety. Because didn't have the damage to kill this Axe, who has that hood to make him nice and tanky.
Yep, they needed the Mirana or the Hook Wing to be present to kill the Axe there. But yeah, the Mirana arrow actually hit the Lash instead of the Axe. But the Sunray coming out from September on the Phoenix.
Going out his buddy. Not seeing Dusk going for a Linken's first. Well, not first, but like as his first time after the E-Blade.
Oh, they're actually
smoke up.
just
This is what you were, it sounded like, hoping for from MagMa. Playing a bit more
Yep.
aggressive.
no meta.
I think they're expecting this one. The Lesh gets jumped, bursted down. This time around the Sunray Heal, not going to do enough, and they
Just
brought
Roche.
numbers.
No Roche? Okay. Yeah, Roche. Let's go. No meta, no egg.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
SAG, you probably know about this one, but we'll see if they want to contest it. Doesn't seem like they do right now. Scan it out. What are they going to be? XCJ on the lines, kind of nearby as well, but I think SAG is, yeah, they're just giving this one out. They're farming their Ancients, they're farming bottom. They're saying you can have this one.
I thought that Dust would get the Manta or the BKB first to deal with the Spirit Vessel because it kind of destroyed him the last fight, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure about this Lincoln against the... I mean, the only reason you get Lincoln is for the Lion. But I mean, it's a Lion pos 5, right? He's gonna get Dagger in about 700 gold, but I feel like it's a level 1 Hex. It's not even... It shouldn't be that much of an issue for you to get Lincoln here, I think.
Bottom tower is under
I think the Vessel might be a bigger threat for him this game.
That's how this Lincoln's pans out. He's hit level 15 now, so some more Agi to go with his E-Blade combo. And we'll see if Lion can get up. That Blink Dagger seems like it's going to be an important item pickup when you're playing against this more. But at the same time, yeah, if he's got Lincoln at the same time, he's going to give you some answers.
He has Aegis as well right now.
Yeah, he's kind of fading here a little bit, looking to maybe kill him. Tries to get the Finger of Death kill, but backup is nearby, and here comes the team fight. They need to get off a good supernova. The Bushwhack catches the Phoenix. Phoenix still stunned up in the trees, goes through with the dive, and Morphling gets blown up on the respawn. They can't keep him alive. He just got deleted.
He didn't... How? He didn't got strength?
Yeah, maybe he just got insta-stunned on respawn.
Did 7E just land the sickest slash stun of the decade or what?
Wow.
Is that even possible? I don't think it's possible.
Time it perfectly on respawn. I don't think so. I maybe forget like the exact frame, but as far as I knew, it was not possible.
We have seen that happen with like pucks, right? You eel the puck and you manage to split off the puck even though the puck is actually phase shift. So
Yeah.
maybe 7E just landed a really goddamn good stun.
Well, that's a huge kill for them, getting the Morphling.
Yeah,
Big
huge.
turnaround in their favor. And this TB is now top net worth, about to finish a Scotty, so... Mention what MS can do as a carry player, and this game feels like it's being set up very nicely for him.
Yep, I think ever since the laning phase, small hiccups in the laning phase for SAG on the off lane especially. Ever since then, they've been playing pretty well.
Next stop, Sunray with the Earth Spike, not me enough. They get the Bushwhack out of the Phoenix, the arrow follow-up, and down goes the Phoenix. Chases on, they want XCG as well, who does not have that Blink Dagger. Leaping aggressively. Looks like it's going to be up as... Oh, he was looking in the trees. He thought Kaz was maybe going to be scurrying on over. Yeah, the dead Lion.
Poor Lion, man. Just wants his blink, man.
Well, 5 position life.
The Lion has a magic wand and 2 branches. What is that? Start with
Where's the
4
fluffy
branches
hat?
in the lane.
Where's the
Fluffy hat?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't think Fluffy Hat's gonna help him that much this game. Just gonna get stunned into arrows.
Wait, what he's saying is, where's the Philosopher's Stone? He's like, come
Yes,
on, why
yeah.
couldn't I get the Philosopher's Stone?
Poor Lion, man. So much sympathy for support players.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Back in my day, I'm an old man, support life used to be so much more hard.
True. Try and kill
10
boots
years
4
ago.
staff every game.
Yep.
The moment you queue up anything else, your teammates question mark you and ping you.
Entry wards cost like 100 gold each. Observer wards, cost like 100 gold or whatever it was.
I think there was a time that Sentry Wars even cost 150 gold, man.
Yeah, that sounds
It
right.
was insane. Yeah, like 2 sentries was 300 gold. I remember that. Like you buy 2 sentries and you're like, God damn, I'm poor.
Yes,
Mid lane.
that's where it's like, can I? That's where you're asking your carry, like, can I buy you a gem? Hold on, that's all. Razor jumped in the mid lane. Blink call, follow up. The Razor, no chance to BKB. Great jump from SAG, and they're gonna follow this up with a tier 2 mid. Good. open up the outpost for them, or they could just go for the high ground here. They're thinking it, but I don't think, yeah, they're quite strong enough to go for any kind of a play there. Instead, they make their way towards the jungle.
Yep, half duration on the Metamorphosis left. Maybe they can take this bot tower, but it's gonna be a bit risky. MagMa are gonna 4-man smoke right now and wrap from the back, I think.
Yeah, they want to take this fight. This is a little risky. Luckily, they push it fast with the Edict. MagMa respawning soon on the Razor, but they don't have an outpost for him to TP to, so the chase is on. Max farming some jungle camps, gonna get Blink Dragon tailed. Sharpshooter to follow this one up. Gets him with the E-Blade combo, and down goes the axe. Just not expecting that fast move from MagMa.
Yep, good discipline by SCG though, to not fight there. I think it's play around your carry player, right? No matter, don't wanna fight. Everyone get out.
And was a smoke, which is a pretty long cooldown sometimes in these late games.
Yep, I mean, gaps like that don't matter that much because they don't translate to any objectives, and yeah, it's your weak time anyway, right? You have no meta. If the only thing you lose is an X life, it's fine.
What MagMa do while meta is down. Perhaps that's the big concern here as they press forward. Morphling running down the mid lane. They completed Lincoln Sphere now. Maybe we can start poking away at this mid tier 2 tower.
Yeah, this vessel is still an issue for him though. Not too sure
behind
what
the
he's gonna do
tower.
about it.
Get some good vision here. They seem to know where they are, and Shylock gets too close to the creep, so there's still gonna be a Blink Dragon Tail that catches the axe. The Sunray coming out from the Supernova. They just want to commit this one, but the Mirana leaping in. They bring down the egg. Next could be the axe who gets E-bladed, survives for a bit for this, but the Starstorm damage is gonna be enough, and they're chasing. They want more. XCJ already blinked in. Doesn't have a way out. He's gonna go down. Good aggressive move from MagMa with the Observer Ward, giving them vision. Even when they got scattered, they still got a good jump off there.
Yep. I think SAG need to be like way more careful with who they try to bait. Like the person that shows should be the Lash or the TB, and then you can counter initiate. You just egg, Sunray the guy, and if they try to hit the egg, your X comes in, right? Your X can never be the one that gets initiated on, because if the X gets started on, then the egg is pretty much dead. So yeah, maybe 70 needs to, the Lash needs to readjust the way he's playing. Try not to play too safe. Play for the success of the team's fight, instead of just playing for his own life. Because I mean, at the end of the day, this Terrorblade is gonna carry you, I think.
Yeah. Son Goku, he's the one who's having a rough time. Being jumped on multiple times in a row. 5 deaths to his name. Hasn't been a bad game necessarily, but definitely a tricky one for him. We'll have the BKB soon. That's going to make things a whole lot easier against that E-Blade combo, but it's still that chain stun potential, you know. The Dragon Tail Arrow, they don't have that Abaddon, they don't have that Purge to save against the chain stun. Even a Sunray doesn't feel like it's going to necessarily be enough to save somebody if they get Dragon Tail Arrowed.
Yep, they have no Force Staff either, no Aeon Discs, no Glimmer. All they have is a Sunray. But I mean, the main source of damage from MagMa is all magic, right? It's the Hooping ulti and the Morphling EB, so if they go onto someone that has a hood, which is pretty much like X and Dash.
Walked into a war. He instantly pings. The second he gets Blink Sun, he's like, okay, there's a war there. Now we know. But I should have respected the fact that a ward there was very likely as well. With next Roshan coming up in a minute and a half. That's what both these two teams are going to be positioning and playing for. Lion was trying to get down some sneaky aggressive wards, but turns out it was not so sneaky.
Not so sneaky peeky like. Dust is a lot quieter this game compared to the last Morphling game, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. What? Any reason you think that is?
What time did they play yesterday during the Morph game? Was it? Oh yeah, it was the first series as well, right? I mean, I only casted the first series every day, so. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that he hasn't woken up yet.
It was
Not sure. I mean, he's not getting the runes.
but... Okay.
I remember the last time we saw the Morph, he got like ED runes, haste runes, like
Yeah.
constantly. The haste rune gave him an ultra kill.
Sure. Smoke up from SCG. This is a big one. The Roche fight. 30 seconds till Roche respawns, and now's the time to take that initiation.
It's
TZY
on.
blinks in, he gets past the Axe Call. The Axe Call only catches the Raven, gets hit by the Earth Spike. They're going in with a Super Knife, and the DK was alone. He blinked in, and there was no follow-up because of the Axe play. Supernova is down, as is the TB. He uses his BKB meta, so if they can kind of wait out this metamorph, this could look good for MagMa. They just need to disengage, and Sun Goku unfortunately cannot get close enough for another call. They lose the DK, it looks bad, but at the same time, Supernova and BKB meta both committed.
So what happened there was, the Lion walked up the hill, he placed a ward, but the ward is under the Radiant ward, and Radiant had a sentry, so they saw the Lion placing that ward in smoke. So TZY, I think the DK thought that the Lion was alone in smoke, tried to get an ops on the high ground, so he jumped in, and then he just jumped into like the center of 4 heroes. So kind of a high risk, low reward play maybe by TZY.
Doesn't necessarily, I mean, the end result is actually okay for them because it does feel like MagMa now have a bit of an edge. That Metamorph comes back up in 90 seconds, Supernova down for 60 seconds, so potentially MagMa just walk into the Roshan pit here.
They don't have that much damage for Roche though, it's Morphling, but he's very
Double
susceptible,
damage.
he doesn't have BKB.
Down bottom, so no double damage at the pit. Don't think it's going to get scattered out.
I don't think they can do this. I think SAG can fight for sure. Probably has a BKB. He can just walk in front. He's not gonna get threatened to die. As long as
That's
there's a
fine
sunray
for
on
the
him.
DD though. Not
They should
necessarily
smoke
going to...
up for a fight.
Yeah, have they got one? They're grouping as if they do. Yeah, Morana's got one. Are they smoking into the pit or, like you say, looking for that fight? Probably looking for the fight
XCJ though.
first.
Lion is already positioned so well to break the smoke. They already know it's coming.
With the Blink Dagger, they're going
So
for
many
the
joints
full
on the map.
wraparound. All right. I say we're not going to take this head on, and if they can catch these backlines, that could be huge for them. DK preemptively Dragon Forms. They know exactly where they are and that they're playing around a ward here, so they're trying to get this backlines. DK finds the Leshrac with a Blink Dragon Tail. The Bulb is there from the Plasma Field, and the E-Blade combo gets the Leshrac low, but he's not going to die instantly. The defensive heals keep him alive a little bit longer, does end up going down. The Sunray coming up from the Supernova, which will pop with the TB without meta, still just BKB right-clicking people, doing some good damage here. Takes out the DK, but now he's in some trouble. Manta trying to get himself away as the Phoenix does go down, and does with this double damage, just wreaking havoc. Has the Axe Call onto the TB, but doesn't have the necessary follow-up. Now the stun combo is there, he gets a Rampage! Dust! This man is on fire! Absolutely destroying them as Kaz on the Hoodwink had a perfect bushwhack to lock them all down, gets another bushwhack, and it's a double Rampage!
It's a
Dust
dieback
just
on the Lash.
cleaning up. Dieback on the Lash. Into the Roche pit we go. What a full-on wraparound success for them with a double damage rune. They knew the correct path to take. Taking that tier 2 mid tower allowed them to just catch MagMa, catch SAG by surprise.
Yep, double damage rune man, power runes on Morphling. This guy, he knows what's up. Yesterday, today, it's the same shit.
Is under attack.
Yep. Play around the power runes.
Yeah, I actually thought the fight was gonna go a lot. I thought they were gonna start on the Phoenix, and I thought that would absolutely destroy SAG's fight. But they initiated on the Leshrac, but they still managed to clean up the fight even though the A exploded. I guess that's just how much the metamorphosis on TB matters. And they
Probably
didn't
realized
have that.
Yeah, with the no meta, the Leshrac is majority of the damage. They killed Lesh, like even though Lesh gets the Yules off, they killed Lesh very fast.
Yep.
And with the buyback, they still had what was needed to win the ensuing fight. So the outcome for MagMa, who get a 13k gold lead, Aegis, G's, and Aghanim Shard on the Morphling, so that
Dire's bottom tower is under
multi-adaptive strike coming into play as we blink in, Dragon Tail, they catch Axe. Son Goku doesn't get a chance to BKB, he just gets blowing up. Running into the danger zone.
has fallen.
High risk, low reward play.
Dire's bottom tower
I mean, he knew there was a ward there. He just went a bit in over his head.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Have some morning jitters, or morning sleepiness maybe. You know, this is not gamer hours.
True.
You know, this series starting at 11 a.m. as you've mentioned. You know, this is usually you're in your deep sleep here.
Oh, the Phoenix.
That TZY blinking in, looking for the Phoenix. Does get the dive out. Dragon Tail just didn't come out in time.
Color.
And then hit away on the racks here. It's looking like they'll get at least the bottom lane. Can they get more though? TB does have Metamorphosis back up. See if they want to commit to this one. Looks like fishing, not gonna land. Waveform in. Ooh, he wanted that line, but good reactions from XCJ. Dust will back himself out and out of there. About to hit level 25.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how SAG needs to take the fight. I feel like maybe they just need to initiate, get level 18 on Phoenix, initiate with the egg, let the Leshrac bait the fight, and then you just counter initiate with the X. Like, that's how their draft is designed, I think. So, I mean, not a single time we saw that happen in like, this game, I think, yet. They have not pulled off the combo yet.
It seems your biggest issue is that Axe is the one kind of playing on the front lines. He's not counter-initiating, he's trying to initiate.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like the strongman syndrome, you know? He bought Hood, he bought BKB, he thinks that, you know, because he bought these items, he wants to play to it, but I feel like that's actually not really his job this game.
But the Arcana, you know, he's like, oh, you know, I'm strong. I'm an Axe with an Arcana. Gotta go in.
Get strong.
My muscles. Show up my bod.
Oh, the call!
Blink. Oh, well, the Axe initiation play, this time it's gonna work out for them. It's worked out okay a few times when they blow up these targets, but it was a Finger of Death committed as well, but they'll more than happily take that as Morphling. No chance to react.
He has such a good game attack for the Axe hero, dude. Son Goku. Damn. So cool.
Are you an anime watcher yourself?
I am, but I didn't really watch Dragon Ball Z. I think Son Goku is from Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah, I assume so. I mean, I know Goku, and then he has a son, but I'm not sure what Son Goku is. I'm not a big Dragon Ball Z guy or anime guy, but you know, very contentious topic when it comes to Dota broadcasts and viewers, you know. But
I'm an anime guy. Anyone that doesn't like anime can fight me.
okay. I'm neutral. I'm gonna stay in the neutral zone. People can like whatever they want as long as it doesn't affect or hurt other people. Then just let people live their lives. You know. You wanna watch anime? It doesn't affect me. As long as I'm not over at your house being forced to watch it with you, I'm happy. Find me to a chair and make me watch it, then we got a problem. Also, speaking of problems, a great two-man Earthspike into a two-man call. Son Goku getting the first dunk on the Mirana, looking for more as Easy Y pops the cheese on the DK. He's in the middle of this, but Dust is doing a lot of work, takes up both supports, looks for more Son Goku on the backlines, goes down to the E-Blade combo now. And Shylock with 150 stolen damage. Could be looking to turn this fight on MS, but he's still got the Sunder to play around. They're baiting well. He sunders his teammate. Son Goku buying back, giving MS a target, but now a bit of a long cooldown to play around as both teams are going to back off and disengage. Good start of the fight for SAG, but this Dust Morphling just popping off.
Yeah, this egg is just dying to the Morphling. They really need to try to play to the egg, I think, a lot more on the X.
Yeah. They hit the two-man
Not too
Earthspike, and he just felt like, okay, I gotta follow this up. Two-man blink, two-man call. But then Dust just kind of ignores the cores and goes for the egg, plus gets the lion.
Yep, I mean the Morphling doesn't have a PKB, so he should be stopped somehow. Someone somewhere needs to stop him somehow. You can't let your +4 Phoenix egg just die and start a fight like that. Not gonna win the fight.
So what can be done? Does have the level 3 Supernova, but it still did not matter in that fight at least. Let's see where this game goes. A lot of farm coming out even on the supports on the MagMa side. Mirana and Hoodwink both above 10k net worth. Mirana with Greaves coming out soon to go with a Pipe and 4-staff. Hoodwink with Axe, Veil, 4-staff. So a lot of this net worth difference being spread across all of the MagMa lineup.
Yep, it looks like the Mirana is the +5 actually, with his item choices. All the team items.
Mirana with the Minotaur Horn. He's going to be leaping in to kill that egg with the Minotaur Horn, it feels like.
He doesn't have the leap attack speed though.
Yeah. That's the... Oh yeah, no, you're right. Well, he's, you know, baby BKB might be enough. Anything to help out.
Dust actually really has a butterfly on his Morphling. What a boss, man. Instead of buying BKB, he just buys this butterfly to deal with the TB.
Yeah. He's not dying in any of these fights, other than when he kind of made the mistake mid lane and got caught out. I mean, he's dying with Aegis, but he's not dying that second time.
Yep, I think it's a common concept for core to core matchups when your opponent buys a Daedalus like this Terabit. He went for Daedalus Skadi. Instead of trying to, you know, buy BKB and stand your ground, you just buy Butterfly and kite out the fight. Because the TP doesn't do that much damage to you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the BKB does nothing for the carry matchup, but what we've seen is Morphling more than capable of just jumping on these supports and blowing them up at the start of the fight. With double waveform, he's got that kind of crazy mobility that can cause Lion a lot of problems. We'll see if SAG have a way to play around it.
GoDz, there's a DD rune bottom. GoDz. Last. Smell it.
Still got the bottle. He's in his backpack. It's going to get scattered, I believe. Shylock. Oh!
Oh! That would have been another rampage for sure.
And also with Roche respawning, 48 seconds, that would have been a huge time to get a double damage.
Yep. Oh, Das bought the... Did he buy the Arcanum Shard on the Morph, or was it... Did it drop from the Roshan?
This was Roshan, yeah. He
Oh, I see.
got the freebie.
Is there really nothing else his teammates can use it for? Razor.
I don't even know, what is Razor's? Oh, the Storm Surge one, yeah.
It's alright. I guess
I love how
give it to him.
Iceworks like, let's just bring back all the old spells of these heroes from like Dota 1 with these shards. You've got Doom with the level death, the Storm Surge with like the lightning zap, the fork lightning, that's like an old kind of Razor spell too.
If you reach back far enough, people don't even know that it was something from before anymore.
Yeah. Razor used to have the Zeus Chain Lightning, that was his old Dota 1 spell.
Scanning.
The level death is... I never understood level death, to be honest. I played Dota for 14 years.
Blinked in Dragon Tail. Phoenix gets the jump. The call is there to counter initiate. Is this going to be enough to get the egg off? He's done for a long time with the arrow. He goes down. Oh, just enough damage in the end with Kaz showing up to secure the kill. And there's no buyback, but Shylock in the front line has to be a little bit careful. This TB disarmed. Force back the disarm. Absolutely. Reckon this TB, who has a rapier, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing. I saw it queued up. I think he maybe sold something to get this rapier because he sold his boots, it looks like, because he didn't have enough money last I clicked him, so he must have just sold it. And they got to fight now with this meta. MagMa's not looking to fight, though. They're like, well, we'll at least wait for that meta to wear off. It's got maybe 10 seconds left, and I'm not sure this TP's going to have much of an impact on a fight without that meta.
Oh, he's going.
Oh, onto the Mirana. TP still has meta. There's going to be a great stun. The Earthspike coming in, catches up through, but the TP gets deleted. Oh, Rapier hits the deck. They're all going down. Blinking Starstorm cleaning things up as well, and it's 4 dead. It's surely GG. Morphling with a Rapier. Nothing much left for SAG, I think. It was a nice last hurrah, though. You know, you gotta respect the try.
Yeah, man, it made the lower half of my body tense up, man. That was well. I'm sure MS was shouting at his offlane player. Just go, just go!
Dire's middle tower.
He's just like, I've only got 10 seconds. And they didn't want to just give up another Roshan. Fortunately now, they're not GGing out, but you gotta feel like it should be GG. 3 versus 4 defense here. Morphling just gonna go for the tier 4s. Have they got a way to blow them up? Got the Blink Dagger on Lion as they go in onto the Razor. Maybe not the ideal target. The Aeon just gonna just block the finger damage. And Dust is just working on the objective. Tier 4 towers thrown. GG as MagMa take game 1 of this best of 3. Picking up where they left off. Their lower bracket run ever since being knocked down by Elephant, who's, you know, the favorite in this China region, has been solid. They've just been cruising.
Yep. I mean, from the scoreboard, it sort of feels reminiscent of the last time Dust played Morphling, but actually this game, I think it was quite a team effort. And yeah, especially Shylock on the Razor, like I think he did quite a lot this game in the fights, and the lane, like they just dumpstered the X Phoenix lane, and it affected the game a lot. The X and the Phoenix never felt like they could come online. So yeah.
Well, a game 1 victory for MagMa puts him up for a good start to their series, and we're going to see if they can continue that, or if there's going to be a response from Spark Arrow Gaming, who have not looked so great in their last 3 games. As we head to a quick break and bring that back in to get ourselves ready for game number 2. Stick around.